Yes, that is the first question. The gender of the patient, yeah, female. Yes, that is the first question. The gender of the patient. That is the first question. What is the gender of the patient? Okay. So now, what is the setting? So what is the setting? Means where is the discussion going on? What is the location or what is the setting? Where is the discussion going on? Where is the counseling going on? What is the setting? Write down all of you. So this is how you have to think about before starting the discussion. Yes. So what is the gender of the patient? Yeah. So what is the setting? And what is, okay. So who is talking to the nurse? Who is talking to the nurse? Who is talking to the nurse? Active participation. Yeah. Next question is, what is the case? And what is the problem? What is the case? Ramandeep, very good. Janvi, good. Then Sandhya, good. Deepak Moili, good. So these students who are answering are very good. Those who are not answering are extremely good. Yeah. So what is the patient? What is the case? What's the problem? Yeah, cholesterol. Okay. So what is the case? Case is cholesterol. And what is the purpose? So try to understand the difference between the case and the purpose. What is the purpose? What is the purpose now? Okay, case is cholesterol. Do you think case is cholesterol? Do you think case is cholesterol? No, case is not cholesterol. Cholesterol is there for everyone. Cholesterol is there for everyone. So cholesterol is not a case. It's not a problem. Cholesterol is not a problem. Here, what is the case? High cholesterol. The case is high cholesterol. Remember that. The case is high cholesterol. The case is high cholesterol. So remember that. And the purpose is, what is the purpose? What is the purpose? Come on, write down what is the purpose here. What are you going to do here? What is the purpose? Is a very, anytime I give evening lectures, they are very, very special lectures. Don't miss them under any circumstances, whatever be it. So, what is the purpose? The purpose is education. No, education is not the purpose. Providing education. Providing education. That is the purpose. The purpose is providing education. The purpose is providing education. And now, purpose is providing education. And what is expected, anticipated? Okay, so goal or target. What is the target? What is the target? What are you targeting at now? Why are you providing education? Okay, why are you providing education? Why are you providing this education? Why are you providing this information? Yes. So in 2 words, decreasing cholesterol levels. Decreasing or cholesterol level or bringing back to normal. So target is normal cholesterol levels. So the high cholesterol is there, decrease it. So bring back to normal. Regain normalcy. Regain normalcy. Regain normalcy. That means reduce cholesterol levels and bring it back to acceptable levels of cholesterol. Should not be high, it should not be low. Okay. Regain acceptable levels of cholesterol. Yeah. regain normalcy. Now, here there are 5 points. Okay. So you have the introduction. You have the introduction. Then you have bullet point 1. So bullet point 1. Okay, first let us see introduction. Then next one, oral paragraph or bullet point 1. BP1. BP in essay, it will be body paragraph, or letter, it will be body paragraph. Here is bullet point number 1. Okay. Bullet point 1. Bullet point task 1. Bullet point task 1. And second one is bullet point task 2. And third one is bullet point task 3. And fourth one is bullet point task 4. And fifth one is bullet point task 5. There are 5 tasks that you have to accomplish. Then next Z, that is Z, that is conclusion. So altogether you have 7 points. Altogether you have 7 points. I will give chance to everyone. Okay. I'll give chance to everyone. And those who are ready, those who are available, you can come online and you can speak. Yes. So, how many of you are ready to participate in the discussion? So you have to come live and you have to speak and you have to speak freely. Okay. See, midnight, 12 o'clock, no problem for me. I am ready. I'm ready for the session. Okay, I'm serious for the session. How many of you are ready for the session? Serious for the session. Type your name or type your, say ready. That's it. So we are going to have a very wonderful session with awesome students. If you want to be awesome, go get ready, come and sit down properly. Because we are coming live. I'm going to select some good, wonderful students who are going to be very obedient and attend the session now. We are going to live practice. Yes. So what you can do is, yeah, you can note down the points if you want in your notebook. Point number 1, we are going to discuss 0. That is A. That is, yes, very good. Thank you very much. Those who are ready, that's very good. I really appreciate you people. Yeah. Fine. We have our helpless situations. I can understand. Okay. For you, you can take things easily, but I cannot take things easily. I want to create some standard. Yes. Dr. Sumant Goyal is here. Very good. Dr. Sumant Goyal, he has written the examination and is waiting for his result, but he is joining here to attend the session because he loves these classes. Yeah. So we are going to participate live now. And there I am. Yes. You can, those who are ready, you can start your videos. That's it. Those who are ready, you can start your videos. Yeah, because I'm selecting those students whom I can give A grade. Those who want to get A grade. Yes, this is Dr. Janvi, Dr. Yeah. What's the name? Okay. Pradeep, no. Your doctor, type your name. Dr. Sridhar, very good. Dr. Sridhar. Thank you. I was a little surprised. I was thinking somebody new has come. So Sridhar. Sridhar Bommineni, right? I'm sorry if I am wrong. Yeah, Sridhar Bommineni. I suppose. Yes, right. Thank you. Yeah, it's okay. It will set out afterwards. For this session, it is, you know, because, yeah. Right. I'm going to unmute everyone, but don't unmute unless and until it is necessary, because I don't want any disturbance. When your name is called, you can unmute. Right. I really appreciate. Yes. Ashwini Sudha, you can just twist your mic computer like this, auto rotate. Very good. Yeah, that's it. So, fine. So, Dr. Sridhar, tomorrow you will have one-on-one live session, and I'll give you your timing, and we'll have live session individual. It will be recorded live. Yeah. Fine. We want to overcome our helplessness. We want to shine bright. We want to shine bright. And this session is going to be the best session so far you have attended, especially with regard to speaking. Yep. Now, yes. Now you can just, yeah. I'm sharing the screen now. You can just write the point. So if you're a doctor, you will be talking like a doctor. If you're a nurse, you will be talking like a nurse. That's all. Everything is the same. Yeah, everything is the same. Yes, this is the point which you have to talk about. How are you going to introduce yourself? See, for example, if I am going to introduce myself, okay, I am writing I'm also writing. Maybe you think, sir is asking me to write. So I will also write. I am also an individual. So I will also write the points. That's introduction only. Yeah. Yes. Write down the points, because I am going to give you wonderful sentences. Let us take time and learn the art of speaking. The son, daughter, A-grade sentences we are going to learn. The son, daughter of an 80-year-old woman has come to ask for information about cholesterol. She wants information about her mother's current cholesterol and how best to reduce it. So we have already written this, all of you. Yeah. Right. Fine. Yes. Now, if I am going to speak, how I will speak. If I am going to speak, how I'll go. Yes, I am a nurse. I am a doctor. My first sentence will be like this, because I will be starting. They will not ask you to start like how I'm telling start. They'll just start it. So, how I'm going to start like? You have to start yourself. For example, we will say, my name is Abraham Lincoln. So, you also follow my suit. I'm writing my sentence, you write your sentence. Number one, my name is Abraham Lincoln. That is sentence number one. My name is Abraham Lincoln. Come on. You write your sentence. Nah? I'm modeling you. My name is Abraham Lincoln, or I am Abraham Lincoln. I am Abraham Lincoln. So these are the two different ways how you can speak. My name is Abraham Lincoln. I am Abraham Lincoln. Many people say, I am Dr. Abraham. My name is Dr. Abraham Lincoln. I'm sorry, it's a big mistake. It's a blunder. Especially with doctors, I hear this one. My name is Dr. Abraham Lincoln. No. That's totally wrong. Totally wrong. Because your name is not a doctor. Your doctor is your designation. Okay. Yes. Write your sentences, please. I am the treating doctor, or I am the doctor on duty today. Or you can say, I am one of the nurses. I am one of the nurses. So it is community health center. I am one of the nurses working in this community health center. I am one of the nurses working in this community health center. Write down your sentences. Don't wait for me. Write down your sentences. Whatever you want to write, you write down. My third sentence is, how may I help you? Or how can I assist you? Right. And another sentence is, before commencing the actual discussion, I would be pleased if you could provide me some basic details, such as your name, Okay. Here this is mother and child is watching. Okay. Such as your name, comma, your relationship with Mrs. Martha, Mrs. Margaret Thatcher. And the purpose of your visit. Before commencing the actual discussion, the is missing there. Before commencing the actual discussion, okay, before commencing the actual discussion, I would be pleased if you could provide me some basic details such as your name, your relationship with Mrs. Margaret Thatcher, and the purpose of your visit. Or you can say normally, this is a very good sentence. Before starting our discussion, can you please tell me about some vital information, comma, for instance, comma, your name, okay, and the purpose of your visit to this community health center. So this is a question. Yes. So all of you write down your sentences. Yeah. I think Ashwini, you have to auto rotate your it will say na auto rotate. Yeah, something. Yeah, fine. Yes. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Yes. Now. So now let us see the active participants who are writing. Yes, Sridhar Bommineni. I can see your name on the screen on the video. So I give you the first preference. Yeah, you can unmute your video and you can start the discussion, whatever way you want. Yeah, you can unmute and you can speak. Yes, you can start.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Bumneni, one of the doctors in this community health center. May I know your name and what's the relation with Ms. Thatcher, please?
Yes. My name is John Thatcher, and I am the son of Mrs. Margaret Thatcher. I am here to know some information. What exactly is the problem related to my mother? I want to know everything, please, doctor. She is very precious to me. I want you to tell me all the important things so that I can discuss with her.
Yeah, very nice to meet you, Mr. John. I'm here to discuss about your mother's lab results. I'm so happy to share all the information what I knew about this condition. And if you have any doubts, if you're not sure about, then you can ask me. I'm happy to assist you. Before proceeding, may I know how much do you know about cholesterol? Do you have any idea about it?
Yes, very good. So this is how we started the introduction. We have done the introduction part with Dr. Sridhar Bommineni. Very good. You have given good sentences, and that's very fine. Now let's talk about the important components of speaking. Number one, there are three components here. The three basic components in speaking. Three basic components in speaking. Yeah, you can mute, Dr. Sridhar, you can mute your mic. So the three basic components in speaking, they are, number one, the first one is grammar. The second one is vocabulary. And the third one is pronunciation. These are the three most important things that you have to consider. First one is grammar. You have to see that your sentences are error-free. Absent-mindedly, if you make some mistakes, they will be considered absent-mindedly. But you have to be careful not to repeat the same mistakes. If you do it again and again, that means you are proving that you do not know. That's the point. First time you do mistakes, they will accept. Absent-mindedly, you do some mistakes. But second time you do the same mistake, that means you do not know the concept, because you are repeatedly doing the same things. So be very careful. Avoid repetition as far as possible. That will get you caught. So be very careful. So that is grammar. Then vocabulary. Quality vocabulary you have to use. In speaking, don't use medical vocabulary. For example, incontinence. Don't use this word in speaking. You can say like this. Your child, your mother, Mrs. Margaret Thatcher. Okay. So you can say that one. So how you are presenting it, if you say, she has urinary incontinence. She has urinary incontinence. So now how you are going to speak this one? Speak in a general terms. Okay. So uncontrolled, she cannot control. So that's the problem here. Urinary incontinence, bowel incontinence. These are the two different types of incontinence. So the way how you are presenting it should be very clear. Then you can say, she is not able to control urine. She lost the ability to control urine or retain urine, control urine. This condition is called urinary incontinence. You can tell, but first explain that. Then you tell this term, this condition is called urinary incontinence. Yes. Yeah, fine. Now, the way how you are presenting it is very important. Okay, it's already yeah. How well you are presenting yourself is important. You don't give big terms and then explain. The people will get panicked. Your mother has urinary incontinence. What is this, doctor? What in the world is urinary incontinence? I'm scared, I'm afraid. Inside him, he thinks, what's that? Tell him very clearly, you're actually scaring. You're actually making the patient afraid. Okay. So, instead of that, explain in simple terms and then take them. This is called known to unknown. This technique is called known to unknown. Known to unknown. If you suddenly say, Eiffel Tower is a famous building or construction. Huh? What is Eiffel Tower? What nonsense are you talking? Don't tell like that one. They will not be ready to understand you. You can tell, for example, people in Trivandrum. If you are talking about Eiffel Tower, maybe they will not know what is Eiffel Tower. Many people, not everyone knows what is Eiffel Tower. Not everyone knows Taj Mahal. You suddenly say Taj Mahal. Oh, I visited Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is very wonderful. That this. First of all, what is this Taj Mahal? What is this Eiffel Tower? It doesn't make any sense to me. First, tell me what is Taj Mahal. Even if you tell, he will not understand. Then you have to tell like this. Okay. There is a temple, Padmanabha temple in Trivandrum. This temple is very famous. All the people from different parts of the country and even different parts of the world, they come to tour as tourists and they want to visit this place first in Trivandrum. This is a famous tourist place. Like this, there is another tourist place. This is a temple. This is a famous temple, historical place. It has a great history. Like that. Then you say, in the same way, like Trivandrum, there is another city called Agra in the North India. There is a famous construction. And this construction's name is Taj Mahal. This is actually a tomb constructed by an emperor, Mughal emperor called Shah Jahan. It's a very historical place. It's a very historical place. So this Padmanabha temple is famous in Trivandrum. Like that, that is also. So you are relating these two things. I'm telling you the concepts here. How to score wonderful results. Many people say don't use medical words. No, you can use medical words. But first explain the condition, then you can tell. Okay. She cannot contain urine for some time. Contain means control. Withhold. Continence. Incontinence. Not able to contain, not able to restrict, not able to control, not able to hold urine for longer periods. Your mother, Mrs. Margaret Thatcher, is not able to contain urine for longer periods. This condition, in medical terms, is called urinary incontinence. So, known to unknown. The second logic is simple to complex. Sorry. Now, the second point is simple to complex. Now, if you say she cannot control urine, it's very simple. If you say urinary incontinence, it's complex. He cannot digest. It's a very complex term. It's a very strong term. Only the medical people can understand this word. An ordinary Tom, Dick and Harry or an ordinary layman from the general public cannot understand this term. This is called jargon. Jargon. Medical jargon. So only the medical professional can use. That is medical jargon. For example, I am a teacher, so I tell you like this: chalk piece, whiteboard, blackboard, pen, paper, book, lecture. These are teaching jargon, teacher's jargon. Medical jargon, doctor's jargon, nurse, doctor's jargon, stethoscope, case, diagnosis, signs and symptoms. These are doctor's jargon, nurse's jargon, syringe, injection, tablet. So these are wound, dressing. So these are nurse's jargon. So there are some vocabulary which are related to a particular profession. You cannot make it common. They are complex terms to others. Complex means difficult to understand. So don't use such words. Don't use such words. So this is called simple to complex. The next one is easy to difficult. Easy to difficult. The third concept is easy to difficult. What is easy to make the other person understand? What is easy to make the other person understand? If you say urinary incontinence, the other person will understand easily, or your mother is not able to control urine or retain urine, is easy to understand. Which is easy? Which is easy? That you tell first. Why are you making it complicated? Why are you making it complex? So that's the point. So be very careful. That is called easy to difficult. Use easy things first. Okay? Use easy things first, then the difficult things. So then you can say, your mother, Mrs. Margaret Thatcher, is not in a position, not able to control, not able to retain, not able to withhold urine for longer duration. This medical condition or this physical condition in medical terms is termed as urinary incontinence. You can write down these points in your notebooks. Okay. So if I'm going to explain this one, I'll tell like this one. Mrs. Thatcher, first name will not use. So Mrs. Thatcher, okay, is currently not in a position to control urine or retain urine for longer durations. This physical condition in medical terms is called urinary incontinence. How you will not get A grade? There are many students who got A grade. How you will not get A grade for this? Mrs. Thatcher is currently not in a position to control urine for longer durations. This physical condition in medical terms is called urinary incontinence. In medical terms, this in medical terms, we put in between commas. You can put it in the beginning. In medical terms, this physical condition is called urinary incontinence. Like that also you can say. How to write commas? Many people don't know how to write commas in the writing. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Now another style, third style. This physical condition is called urinary incontinence in medical terms. So you can write in the beginning, you can write in the middle, you can write in the ending. So that is called, you can put in commas, separated with commas. Okay. The phrase you can put anywhere. We are putting in the beginning, in medical terms, comma. This physical condition is called urinary incontinence. That is grammar. Or this physical condition, comma, in medical terms is called, comma, is called urinary incontinence. Or the third style, this physical condition is called urinary incontinence in medical terms. No need comma. So try to understand. You can use this one. How to explain unknown things. Don't use big medical terms and show that you are very great in medical knowledge. Just speak simple words, because you are talking to an ordinary patient. He doesn't have too much knowledge regarding your medical knowledge. So be very careful. You'll spoil the show. Okay? You'll spoil the show. Right. Next. Right. Now, next, Ashwini Sudha. You can unmute. Now, how are you going to introduce yourself? Now you have 30 seconds to 1 minute. 30 seconds you can say. Talk whatever you want to talk. It's your turn now.
Good evening. I'm Ashwini, a registered nurse working in this community health center. How can I register nurse working in this community health center? How can I help you?
Yes, nurse. I'm here to get some knowledge regarding my mother's health condition. I don't know what exactly is happening. Can you please explain me in detail her current condition and what am I supposed to do?
Don't worry, Mr. Chacha, you're in the right place. You're in the right place.
Okay, right. That's good. Next, anybody else? Raise your hands. Yes. Sandhya Kunjumon. Yeah, unmute. Yes, you can speak now.
Yes. Good evening. I am Sandhya, one of the registered nurses working in this community health center. How may I help you?
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening. I am Sandhya, one of the registered nurses working in this community
Health center.
center. So some
Yes.
style, some style,
Yes, sir. Yes,
some
sir.
style. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Good
I am
evening.
Sandhya.
I am Sandhya.
One
One of
of
the
the, I am Sandhya,
I am Sandhya,
one of the
One of-
registered nurses
one of the registered nurses
working in this community center.
community
So
health
there are
center.
some bits and pieces.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, nurse, I'm actually here regarding my mother.
Okay. Before starting our discussion, I would like to know your name and your mother's name also.
My name is John Thatcher and my mother's name is Margaret Thatcher. She is 80 years old.
Okay, thank you for your information. So in the file, I can see this Margaret Thatcher is having 84 years old and she is having some the cholesterol variations also.
Right. So that's
Am I
good.
right?
Next, Ramandeep Gill. Ramandeep Gill. Yes, you can start.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, nurse.
Have a seat, please.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. By the way, my name is Shamandeep Kaur, one of the registered nurses working in this community health center. Can I know your name and purpose of your today visit, please?
Yes, my name is John Thatcher and I am the son of Margaret Thatcher. This is Margaret Thatcher. I actually came here regarding my mother.
Okay.
I want to know the details regarding my mother's current health condition and what am I supposed to do for her recovery.
So first of all, I'm so sorry to hear that your mother has this problem, but you just don't worry because you're on the right place and we are here to help you. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, nurse.
Okay, so first of all, before starting any discussion, I would like to know, do you have any previous knowledge about castor?
Yeah, that's good. So next, Pranita Pamarti.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Anybody else is ready to talk? Just raise your hand.
Yes, sir. I will
Yes,
start.
Pranita.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, nurse.
Please be seated.
Thank you very much.
My name is Pranita. I am one of the registered nurses working in this community health center. What brings you here today?
Actually, nurse, I'm worried about my mother and I came to inquire regarding my mother's current health status and what are we supposed to do that regarding that.
Yes, I really appreciate your concerns about your mother health condition. We are here to help you. I acknowledge your concerns and first of all, I would like to ask one question for you. Do you know any idea regarding about cholesterol?
Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. But when you say regarding, no need to say about. When you say about, no need to say regarding. Regarding cholesterol or about cholesterol, any one is enough. So don't duplicate it. Yes, that's very good. Next, Nina M. Johnny. Nina M. Johnny. You can unmute. So you want to speak? You said hi, so I thought you wanted to speak. Yeah, you can unmute. And you can start.
Okay, sir.
Yes, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, nurse.
Please be seated.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my name is Nina, one of the registered nurses in this community health center. For better understanding, could you please tell me your name and the purpose of your visit?
Yeah, my name is John Thatcher, and I'm the son of
Okay.
Mrs. Margaret Thatcher, and I am here, and my purpose is to find out some information regarding my mother's present situation and what is her problem and how are we going to help her.
Okay, I really understand your concerns regarding your mother's situations. So could you please tell me how your mother's feeling right now?
Yes, very good. That's very fine. And anybody else? Next. If you raise your hand, then I can give you a chance. Yes, Aisha Murid, very good. You're attending the session. Yeah, anybody who wants to speak, just raise your hand. Otherwise, we'll go to the next point. Right. Muthulakshmi, Kiran, Jyotik, and Aisha, anybody? Yeah, next. We are moving to the second point now. Yeah, here is the second point. Find out what the son-daughter already knows about cholesterol. Find out what the son already knows regarding cholesterol or about cholesterol or concerning cholesterol. Anything is the same, only one you can use. Yes, this is the second point. So how are you going to answer this question? So point number one. Yeah, type your answers. What you want to speak, type first. Try to create your own sentences. This is called eliciting information. Eliciting information. Bullet point one is about eliciting information. Eliciting means finding out, gathering information, getting information out of the patient. Could you tell me, do you have any information about cholesterol? So you have to correct the sentence. So could you tell me, and do you have? They won't go together. Could you tell me if you know anything about cholesterol, or do you know anything about cholesterol, or do you have any? Could you, or do you? Any one you use? You are repeating both the things. Could you is one way of telling. Do you is another way of telling. How can you use this one in a question? That's okay to do mistakes. We are learning here. So you can say, could you tell me? Could you provide me? Or you can say, how much do you know? What do you know about cholesterol? How much do you know about cholesterol? What do you know about cholesterol? Could you please provide me some basic idea regarding your knowledge about cholesterol? Different ways you can say. Any way you can ask. Do you have any previous knowledge about cholesterol? Very good. 100% correct sentence. Do you have any previous knowledge about cholesterol? Yeah. And Sandhya, second sentence. Could you tell me if you have any information? If you have any information, or do you? If you have any information about cholesterol, doesn't sound good. Second sentence also. Do you know anything about cholesterol? Do you know anything about cholesterol? That's enough. Have you any idea about cholesterol? I cannot type. Okay. Have you any idea about cholesterol? Have you any idea about cholesterol? Do you know anything about cholesterol? Please tell me what you know about cholesterol. Okay. Do you have any basic idea about cholesterol? Do you have any prior knowledge? Somebody has written. Do you have any basic knowledge regarding cholesterol? So like this. Can you please share the knowledge you have about cholesterol? Can you please share the knowledge you have about cholesterol? Okay. First of all, I would like to know your knowledge regarding cholesterol. Yes. So these are some sentences which you can write. I told you I'll give you basic sentences, different types. The same thing you, first of all, I would like to know your knowledge regarding cholesterol or regarding diabetes, anything, anywhere you can fit this sentence. Just remove that cholesterol and put diabetes. Just remove that cholesterol and put asthma. Just remove that cholesterol and put dialysis. That's it. The style is the same, can be applied everywhere. Yeah. So now I will tell like this. I do not know anything about cholesterol. I think that it is something like fat, but I don't have much idea. Just rough idea I have. For example, sometimes there is some fat body in the body that, I think that is cholesterol. I think like that. I'm not sure. Nurse. Yeah. So now the next point. We are going to the next point. Now, third question. Inform your visitor about what cholesterol is. So the definition of cholesterol. So you are going to providing information. This stage is called providing information stage. This stage is called providing information stage. First one is, yeah. So next point is providing information. What? There are three types of information here. Providing information. So providing information stage. First one is definition of cholesterol. So you are going to define what is cholesterol. So cholesterol. So definition or explanation. You give definition. Cholesterol is. What is cholesterol? Come on, explain. Come on, explain. Give your own definitions regarding cholesterol. Yeah. fat-like material present in the body and most tissues. So cholesterol is fat-like material present in the body and most tissues. So that you have to write in a different style. Don't read it as it is. Cholesterol is fat-like material present in the blood and most. Don't read like that. In our body, fat-like material, not fat, fat-like material. So try to understand this. Okay. There is some accumulated fat which is unused by the body, excessive fat. Such material is deposited in not only the blood but also in most tissues. Change the style, variation. There is some unused fat-like material, fat-like substance, material substance. Use different word if possible. Okay. Accumulated in the body. Okay, stored in the body. Especially in the sites above the hip region, unused, unwanted, excessive, fat-like substance stored in the body. This is called cholesterol. Now next term, classification of cholesterol. Second point is, first one is definition of cholesterol. Second one is classification. Cholesterol classification. First one is definition. Second one is classification. Now, second one is classification of cholesterol. Many people just take 3 minutes, read and come on, speak. Oh my God, what nonsense they speak. There are mainly two categories of cholesterol. There are basically, fundamentally, mainly, basically, usually, generally. Use some word there. These are called as markers. These are called as markers. Use this. No need to do 10 speaking sessions. Do one practice like this. A solid practice. Mainly, basically, fundamentally, generally, usually, commonly. These are some words. Ly, adverb. Start your sentence with that and put a comma. Or there are, comma, basically, comma. So basically is coming in the middle. Two major types of cholesterol. Okay. According to density, based on the density of cholesterol, somebody write, better write type, based on the density of cholesterol, there are basically, comma, two major types or classes, or okay, based on the density, cholesterol is classified or categorized into two major types. Major types. Two major types. Yeah. Based on the density of cholesterol, comma, there are basically, or cholesterol is categorized in two major types or two major classes. Based on the density, cholesterol is categorized into two major classes, namely, comma, low density lipoproteins or HDL and LDL. Or you can say, instead of HDL, you can just say high density lipoproteins and low density lipoproteins. Now here I'm using the two different words. The former one, that means the former, don't say again high density lipoproteins. Say the former means the first one. The former one and the latter one, the former and the latter. The former means the first one. Use quality words. The first one. The latter, not later. The latter means the second one. There are two things. So former is HDL, the latter is LDL. So when you say the former, that means HDL, the one you talked about first. Latter means the one you talked about next. This is called quality. How you will not get A grade? So don't say again high protein, high density lipoproteins. Don't say. So the former is the best, whereas the latter is hazardous or problematic. The former is advantageous or beneficial. The former is beneficial to the human body, whereas the latter is disadvantageous or hazardous, detrimental. I'm giving you quality words. The former is beneficial to the human body, whereas the latter is detrimental. So low density lipoproteins, that is the meaning. The latter means instead of repeating high density lipoproteins and low density lipoproteins, you are saying former and latter. You have to be very careful with these things. So that is it. Learn. So for example, when you are talking to a patient, you say there will be like this. You can be either compliant or non-compliant with medication. The former manner will enhance your recovery, whereas the latter deteriorates your condition. That's it. The former and the latter. The former promotes your health towards a faster recovery, whereas the latter deteriorates the former, F-O-R-M-E-R. E-R, Mahesh. So this is the way how you are going to speak. Now, I want your opinion before moving further. Okay? I want your opinion before moving further. So, do you think, do you consider these sentences beneficial for you? If you think they are nothing but nonsense, just give 0. If you think that they are moderate, give 5. If you think that they are they are prominent, give 10. So how do you score 0 to 10? And the sentences which I am teaching you, they are called concepts which you can use everywhere. Yeah. Now the third point, tactfully explain that if the fatty deposits are lodged in the arteries, this can lead to heart disease or stroke. So now this is bad news. This is bad news. There are chances that these deposits will be lodged in the arteries, means stationed, lodged, stationed, or contained, or logged, L-O-G-G-E-D, logged, lodged. Okay. Then it can result to heart disease or stroke. So now how are you going to explain this? Very diplomatically, tactfully. It's like the snake should die and the stick should not break, like that. Yes, Dr. Ahmed Abdullah Rashid. Good evening. Yeah, now write a sentence. How are you going to explain? There are possibilities. There is a possibility. There is a possibility, or there are possibilities that these fat deposits, this cholesterol chunks, bits, pieces, can be deposited, can be lodged, can be retained, can become obstacles. They will get stored in the arteries or veins. Then, if they are lodged, if they are deposited in the arteries, the blood cannot pass freely. And because of that, the arteries may burst. The blood circulation system may collapse. And this will result in heart disease or eventually lead to a stroke. To avoid this, we have to reduce these low density lipoproteins. Low density lipoproteins. Yes, sir. Mute, all of you mute, please. Mute your mics. Yeah, very good, Sridhar. When these bad cholesterol, yeah, when these bad cholesterol increased amounts, they tend to get deposited in the blood vessels of the brain, heart, and other organs and clog them, causing stroke and heart attack. That's good. Come on, write down your sentences, please. So come on, write down the sentences. Now, you have to tell the next point. Now, explain what the doctor meant by fairly high level of cholesterol, above 5.5 millimoles per liter in the blood. So if this bad cholesterol or low density lipoproteins are stored, okay, in the blood, and it is above 5.5 millimoles per liter in the blood, then there is problem. That is called fairly high level of cholesterol. It should be less than that. So you can tell them, what is the doctor? What is it meaning? Explain that. LDL is attached to the walls of the arteries. It leads to high risk of coronary artery diseases and stroke. Coronary, C-O-R-O. Yes, come on, write down. Yeah, next, advise your visit about how her mother can best deal with her cholesterol levels. So, the best possible measure, the best action that you can take is reduce consumption of, minimizing the consumption, reducing the consumption, minimizing the consumption, or avoiding consumption, or refraining from consuming saturated fats. Maximizing and minimizing saturated fats and maximizing fiber-rich food. So like that you can use maximizing and minimizing. So minimize, avoid saturated fats. Yeah. So now you can go for the last point. After fourth point, you can write the fifth point. Mrs. Thatcher has to reduce or minimize the quantity or amount of saturated fats. She should consume less saturated fats and more of a fiber. Not only avoiding saturated fats, but also consuming more fiber would be beneficial, would help her to reduce the cholesterol levels. To avoid future risks. This is the best possible solution. Write down, take my ideas, take others' ideas, and write your own sentences. So last 2 points remaining, those who did not write down. And those who have written the last point, you can write the conclusion. How are you going to conclude? I am extremely thankful to you because of your patient listening, attentive listening. I am extremely thankful to you for your patient listening. And in case you require any additional information, do not hesitate to contact either the doctor or me or any other nurse. We would be ready to offer, we would be ready to extend or provide information to the best of our knowledge and experience. In case I believe that I have provided all the information, all the relevant information required, all the relevant information to you. I strongly believe that I have provided all the relevant information. Concluding part. Thank you for listening to me patiently. In case you have any additional, if you require any additional information, please do not hesitate to contact either the doctor or any of the nurses available here. The hospital staff or ready to support you, to the best of our knowledge and experience. Thank you once again. Mrs. Thatcher's health and well-being is our fundamental priority. You can confide, C-O-N-F-I-D-E. You can confide, means confidence. You can confide in our procedures and treatment modalities. You can confide in our procedures and treatment modalities. And lastly, one suggestion, please. Lastly, one suggestion, please. Being compliant with the regulations and recommendations. Being compliant with the regulations as well as the recommendations would definitely or undeniably or undoubtedly result in a faster recovery. Whereas non-compliance will deteriorate the present medical condition. Suggestions are ours, but the decision has to be taken by Mrs. Margaret Thatcher. So this is the way how you can speak. So now final feedback. After writing everything, you can just give your final feedback. So Simon sir is going for dinner now in 2 minutes time. So give your final feedback. This is not a lecture. This is a class and this is practicals, not theory. I'm not teaching you theory. We are doing practicals because you are participating in the discussion. All these sentences will be placed in the Telegram channel and you can take from there and you can write in your notes and you can use for almost every speaking in a different style with little modifications. So that's all for today. Countdown started, 60 seconds. You can give your feedback and you can exit. Yes, sir. Sridhar Bommineni. So you can just open your mic and you can say 1 or 2 words, how this may be beneficial to all the medical professionals and the nurses. Yes, please.
Yeah, it's very interesting session where you have interaction with everyone, so that we can at the same time we can share our ideas as well as we can take good points from other students too. It's like a discussion at the same time learning. So I believe it's better than a regular class. So
Right.
yeah,
Thank you very much. So
thanks.
that's all for today. Yes, 30 seconds. Those who have finished, you can exit. Good night. Yes, good night.